get ready for a shocker. Everything you think you know about the gods of Olympus might just be wrong. What if I told you that before Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades ruled the world, everything was set in motion by someone hardly anyone ever mentions? A figure without whom none of this would even exist? Sounds impossible, right? But the true creator of the gods was, in fact, a Titaness long forgotten by most, Rhea. Forget the classic tales and tragic stories, because this saga shatters myths, challenges everything you thought you knew, and uncovers how one mother dared to outsmart her own husband to change the fate of the universe, and as a bonus, unlock unimaginable rewards for anyone bold enough to uncover her secrets. After all, behind every powerful legend, there's always an unexpected hero. And Rhea is the star of this epic turning point. Curious? Then read on and get ready to rethink everything you know about the origins of the gods. Back at the dawn of time, way before anyone could even dream of sending a WhatsApp message or snapping a selfie, the universe looked very different. Picture this: Uranus, the sky, and Gaia, the earth, teamed up to form the ultimate cosmic power couple. From their union came the Titans, and among them was Rhea, a true game-changer in the mythological world. It was almost like when a new family member shows up, shaking things up with fresh expectations, new conflicts, and a whole different vibe. In that brand new universe, everything was still being worked out. Every step felt like the beginning of an epic adventure. The mood, total transformation. Imagine a stage where the world's very first forces were battling it out for control, kind of like siblings quietly jostling for closet space, but on a cosmic scale. The Titans, with Rhea shining among them, grew up in the middle of all that chaos, but also surrounded by endless possibilities. It was like every sunrise brought a new discovery, and just being alive was already a miracle in the making, worth binge-watching like your favorite TV series that keeps you up all night. This generation of gods paved the way for all the incredible stuff still to come, but nobody had a clue how every choice in that ancient setting would echo through the ages. Each Titan stood for something, a force, an idea, and Rhea, with her presence and power, was already hinting that major plot twists were just around the corner. And speaking of plot twists, get ready to dive even deeper, because the saga of the Titans is about to get a whole lot more intriguing in the next chapters. Rhea's life was anything but peaceful. By marrying her brother Cronus, she became queen of the Titans and the face of a truly powerful generation. But with all that power came the anxieties and struggles that would shape the fate of the primordial gods. Their union kicked off a new era, but it also put Rhea dead center in a storm of challenges she'd never faced before, pushing her to confront her own limits and her fears. From the very start, a dark prophecy loomed over their home. Gaia and Uranus warned Cronus that, just as he had overthrown his own father, he too would eventually be toppled by one of his children. Terrified of losing his throne, Cronus plunged the Titan's palace into tension and paranoia. Every time a child was born, the anxiety would skyrocket, especially for Rhea, now at the heart of this grim prediction. To outsmart fate, Cronus chose the most extreme option. He swallowed every child Rhea bore him. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, one by one, they were devoured by their own father. Rhea, heartbroken and furious, found herself trapped in an endless cycle of loss. But out of her motherly pain grew real courage. She knew deep down she couldn't let things go on like this forever. Determined to change the course of destiny, Rhea came up with a bold plan while pregnant with Zeus. She hid his birth away on the island of Crete, far from Cronus's suspicious eyes. Then, in a stroke of genius, she wrapped a stone in swaddling clothes and handed it to Cronus as if it were a newborn. While Cronus swallowed the decoy, Zeus was kept safe, nursed by the goat Amalthea and protected by the noisy Curettes, a band of warrior guardians. With this daring act, Rhea not only saved her youngest son, but also set the wheels of revolution in motion among the gods. Her bravery shifted the balance of power on Olympus, and proved that even among Titans, a mother's love can be the mightiest force of all. Thanks to the secret kept on Crete, the destiny of the world was about to change forever. Rhea's life was always tightly bound by deep family ties and powerful alliances. She stayed especially close to her mother, Gaia, and her fellow Titan siblings, often acting as a peacemaker in a world full of rivalry and strife. Even with all the tension, she worked hard to keep the clan united and strong, bridging the gap between the generations of the primordial gods. The strength of these ancient bonds had a huge impact on the course of her life. Motherhood took on a whole new level of meaning for Rhea in the myths. She gave birth to 6 major gods: Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus. But thanks to Cronus's twisted actions, a normal experience of motherhood was ripped away from her, forcing her apart from her older children. Still, Rhea's protective instincts never wavered, especially when it came to saving Zeus. For her, being a mother became the ultimate sign of resilience and bravery. Her relationship with Cronus was a story of forced partnership and never-ending suspicion. Cronus's cruelty and desperate need to hold on to power drove him to some pretty ruthless decisions, which meant nothing but heartache for Rhea. The unspoken rivalry between the couple was impossible to avoid after everything he did. Yet, through it all, Rhea showed cunning and grit, daring to reshape the fate of the gods by standing up to her own husband. At the start of her story, Rhea came across as more of a passive figure, suffering silently under Cronus's harsh rule. Most of the time, her wishes were completely overshadowed by her husband's decisions, leaving her stuck in a role of submission. This painful period really shaped her quiet personality, but it also steeled her resolve for the moment she'd need to take action. Living in such a hostile environment ended up preparing her for her pivotal turn in the Titans saga. The decision to protect Zeus was the real game changer in her life. When Rhea stood up to Cronus and hid their youngest son away, everything shifted. She went from being a bystander to taking center stage. Her daring plan made all the difference, ensuring the Olympian gods stood a chance at survival. Rhea became the mastermind behind Cronus's eventual downfall, her boldness and sharp strategy shining through. In that moment, she transformed from the suffering mother figure to a true force of history. Zeus's success would turn the entire universe upside down. By freeing his siblings and leading the charge in the Titanomachy, he brought the age of the Titans to a close and kicked off the reign of the Olympian gods. Rhea watched as this changing of the guard unfolded, her own years of pain finally blossoming into a lasting legacy. By securing her children's future, she became a key architect of the new divine order, one built on justice, renewal, and hope. Rhea's courage and sharp thinking had a massive impact on the fate of the mythological universe. By making sure Zeus survived, she set the stage for Cronus's downfall and the rescue of her imprisoned children. This paved the way for the Olympian gods to rise to power and usher in a whole new era, one built on values closer to humanity and filled with the hope of change. Unlike the old days of rigid rule, this fresh start broke the chains of tyranny once and for all. After these legendary events, Rhea was worshipped as a mother goddess and became deeply connected with themes of fertility, the earth, and motherhood itself. In different traditions, she was even linked to Cybele, the Great Mother, honored across the ancient world as a source of life and protection. The reverence for Rhea reflects her lasting place as a guardian and life-giver, a legacy that lived on through centuries of myth and ritual. Rhea's story goes far beyond her own personal struggles. It turns her into a true icon in Greek mythology. Her journey stands for the power of a mother's protection, resilience in the face of suffering, and the unending renewal of the cosmos. Rhea's tale also serves as a reminder of how each generation must face its own struggles for power, and that change is always waiting in the wings. These eternal truths still echo through all the old myths. Rhea's story takes us all the way back to the archaic age of Greek mythology, a time before the Olympian gods ruled the roost. Back then, the universe was in the hands of the Titans. These ancient powerhouses often linked to chaos and raw, untamed strength. That era was pretty wild, full of cosmic turf wars and epic showdowns between godly generations, all fighting for control of how things would work. The constant battles between Titans and the gods basically symbolized the clashing forces shaping the universe. The world Rhea lived in was fraught with tension and uncertainty, with no established divine order to keep things in line. The Titans may have been impressive, but their rule was harsh, even cruel at times, as we see in the story of Cronus swallowing his own children. Against this backdrop, Rhea's actions really stand out. She displayed remarkable wisdom by searching for a way to break the endless cycle of violence. Thanks to her decisions, big changes were set in motion. Rhea played a crucial role in moving things from the old world of the Titans to the new world of the Olympian gods. She acted as the bridge between these two ages, helping to kickstart a renewal of the cosmic order. Because of her leadership, Greek myths began to highlight themes like justice, renewal, and civilization, even if there were still plenty of challenges in this new era. So, what did you think about the wild twist in Rhea's saga? This story really shows us that true power often hangs out where we least expect it, sometimes right under our noses or claws. It flips everything we thought we knew about the origins of the gods on its head. But hey, don't go anywhere. The journey's far from over. There's still loads of drama, plot twists, and hidden secrets waiting for you in the next episodes. Let me know in the comments. Were you already onto this hidden side of the myth, or did I manage to catch you off guard today? And if you don't want to miss a single detail of how it all unfolds, or if you're just hungry for more amazing stories, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. There's a ton of exclusive content coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to miss out on any of this adventure.